should be the 8th mas'ala. He states, he says, وَالسُنَّةُ الْفِطْرُ لِمَرِيضٍ يَشُقُّ عَلَيْهِ وَمُسَافِرٌ يَقْصُرُ. يعني these are two different issues. The 8th one, the issue of the sick person, and this is the sick person who he can fast. He can fast after his sickness, meaning that it's not a chronic illness that prevents him from fasting forever, or in all likelihood for a long time, like a chronic disease. Rather, it's a person who's sick, and the sickness that he has causes some sort of hardship. This person makes up the fast. So this issue is the sick person who it's difficult for him to fast. And there's a difference between it being difficult and it being impossible, or recommended from a trustworthy doctor for him to not fast ever. And the 9th issue was fasting during traveling. Shaykh Fawzan Hafidhahullah Ta'ala, he mentions that with regards to the sick person and the traveler, if they were to fast during their sickness or their traveling, then it's permissible, according to the majority of ulama. And Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, he breaks down both of these issues with the levels of sickness and the situation of the individual who's traveling. With regards to the first one, the sick person, and again, this is a sickness that the person in all likelihood it's not a chronic sickness, and it's not something that prevents him from fasting. It's a person who may find difficulty while fasting. He's sick, but in all likelihood he won't be sick for the remainder of his life, and if he does fast, it will cause him some sort of discomfort or hardship. The first one, Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah mentions, لا يتأثر بالصوم. This person, he has a sickness, but this sickness is not affected, or this person is not affected by fasting. For example, he gives example, a person has a slight cold or a slight headache. Why? He says, فَهَذَا لَا يَحِلُّ لَهُ أَنْ يُفْتِرُ. A person who is like this, it's not permissible for him to break his fast. Why? Because taking the permissibility of breaking the fast is due to an illah. And that illah, or that reason, is that the fitr, breaking the fast, is easier. But in this case, it is not easy, as there's no difference. The person is not going to be affected by not fasting. The second one, he says, the second category of a person who is sick, إذا كان يشق عليه الصوم ولا يضره. It's difficult for him to fast, but it's not going to harm him. فهذا, this individual, يكره له أن يصوم. It's disliked for him to fast, and it's from the sunnah for him to break his fast. And that's, of course, the ayah, فمن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخرى. For whoever was sick or whoever was driving, then he makes up his fast from other days. The third one, إذا كان يشق عليه الصوم ويضره. This person, it's difficult for him to fast, and with that difficulty, it would harm him if he fasts, like كرجل مصاب بمرض الكلى, a person who has kidney disease, or a person who has diabetes, وما أشبهه, and other similar sicknesses. فالصوم عليه حرام. The fasting with regards to this person is haram. And this would be in the category that we mentioned before. The person who cannot fast, what does he do? He feeds a poor person for